Okay, so hello. Thank you, Kelly, for taking the time to meet with me today. So if you could just introduce yourself, your name, your major, where are you at now? And as I understand, you were a LaGuardia student. So can you tell us your journey from during LaGuardia and after LaGuardia?
Yeah, so hi, my name is Kelly Villares. I just graduated with my bachelor's in media with a minor in film, and I'm pursuing my master's in speech pathology this coming up fall. But my journey really started in 2020 at LaGuardia. There I graduated with an associate's in communications. And then I transferred to Hunter College where I continued in media studies with a film minor. And yeah, and my journey at LaGuardia was probably one of the best experiences I've ever had. When I first started looking into colleges, I had like this vision of going to an art school and pursuing something like SVA or NYU. And as you know, financially that can be some difficult decisions to be made. But I was very optimistic, and all the way up until like August, I was very set on going to the School of Visual Arts. But I don't know, something in my gut just told me that it would be a better decision to find a different school. And during that same month, LaGuardia had reached out one more time saying if I want to enroll, and the enrollment process was so simple and fast that I had to take that opportunity. And I had a lot of guidance from choosing classes to getting into programs like ASAP, and that made me feel more secured about my starting my journey in college, especially coming from a background where my parents didn't go to college, my siblings didn't go to college. So not knowing anything at all and being able to have even like a small amount of guidance was extremely helpful.
Thank you for that, Kelly. And so I do have a couple of questions that I would like to ask you. I know you have talked a little bit about your academic journey, how you got here, and how you had a bit of support. Um, of course, I would like to know what has been the hardest part about navigating college so far?
The hardest part about navigating college has probably been just figuring out who to ask for help. Because go you kind of go into it very blindly unless you know somebody that's been to college, and it's just you figuring things out, or figuring out even what you want to pursue can be difficult. So just finding resources has been a little bit challenging. I will also say financially, but again, I think that ties back to resources and who to speak to.
Okay, so we're gonna take a pause here. The food is here.
Okay.
Okay, so thank you for that. So my next question is, what is something you didn't understand when you first started at LaGuardia?
That's a good question. Something that I didn't understand when starting school at LaGuardia was probably, um, I guess selecting classes was something that I didn't understand very well. I would say also how financial aid work. I didn't really understand them, like applying for FAFSA, and also just I also applied as an independent student, so my situation was a little bit different, and um, that was a whole understanding process that was just really hard. Um, yeah, I would say those two things, and then also picking out how to choose your classes based on ratings from about your professors, and if it's a course that you would enjoy as well, because I had also had previous like film and media experience. And so sometimes going into a class where I already know those kind of stuff, it's like it could be a little bit repetitive. But as I spend more time there and speaking to my advisor there, I was able to find classes that I really enjoyed.
Awesome. That's good to hear. And I know you mentioned a little bit about registration, but how did you learn about financial aid, registration, and college policies?
Um, I would say when I first registered, um, the admissions office really helped a lot. And then my general advisor, it all happened very quickly in the same day. My general advisor sent me to ASAP, and then my ASAP advisor was the one that helped me so much throughout my journey at LaGuardia. And she guided me through financial aid, through registration for classes every semester, constantly keeping up with me, my mental health as well, and other activities and stuff that I wanted to pursue.
That's excellent to hear. And so have you ever been confused and didn't know who to ask for help?
I would say my time at LaGuardia, it wasn't very confusing there because I had ASAP and I had many people that I could reach out to. I even felt comfortable with professors and in general, my major there was everybody was very friendly and open to be asked questions. So I had always felt comfortable there. When I transferred was when I felt like I struggled a little bit more. Just going into a new school, I didn't really know that my advisor very well, so it was a little bit of I guess trusting and that bond that I have with my old advisor. And as well, I couldn't really reach out to my LaGuardia advisor because she wouldn't know as much about Hunter College, just that transfer process. But she did help me a lot with transferring to Hunter College, and I think that whole process was super simple.
Thank you for that. And I know you had mentioned